Hello, you beautiful people. Firestarter here, and today I have another replay cast for you. Now, this particular game was sent to me by Razman with the promise of it being a really good game. So I haven't actually taken a look at it, so I'm actually going in blind, and I don't know if it's a bad game, blame Razman and not me. Without further ado, on Team 1, which is Blue 4, it looks like we have Razman being Edward Laser, Zerdo being Poltawa or whatever, and Buxna being Dirty D. And on Red 4, Team 2, we have Greyhound, Massapek, or I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, and Tunique, or Tunique. So yeah, we have Paddy Field, which is like the most overplayed map for 3v3 ever, but it's not really my fault, so we'll see how this goes. And it's quite a long game actually, wow, 53 minutes. Anyways, let's just take a quick look at the deployments here. Not much going into hotel, it seems like, and he's using T62 MVs. You don't see that often, so props to him. We do have a lot of helos, so it looks like there might be a heavy insertion in India from the start. And Chan Maho as well, a lot of unusual tanks being used on Ret 4, so we'll see how that turns out. Meanwhile here, we seem to have a Scandinavian deck. Razman, of course, playing some variation of a German deck, because he's a filthy fanboy. And yeah, we also have an American deck or something, I don't know. It's a lot of plumped up units, I can't really tell what's what. And here we have not much going into hotel. So I guess their deployments are finished, but even if they're not, I'm just gonna speed through this deployment phase. Should end at 3 minutes 31 seconds. Nope, I was wrong. Okay. Okay, there we go. So, looks like we have a Wild Weasel and a Block 52 right off the bat, which is going to spot this huge blob moving out here. Should be easy to not intercept, but at least count that out. Would make Blue Force lives a lot easier in dealing with that if they know what's coming. But it looks like that Wild Weasel does go down. I mean, 3K 52s is just something you don't really want to mess with. Sorry, 4. Okay, that's totally next level. But we'll see how they deal with this, because I'm not really seeing much AA other than all these radar spags. And with 4K 52s on the field, that's gonna be a massive issue. So I'm gonna slightly zoom in but pan so that you can see what's going on up there. And this choke point is gonna be a massive problem with the B5. This is the perfect time for that B5. Although, yeah, mismicroed. He could have killed absolutely everything there, giving them free reign in India. Could have even pushed through the forest, but it's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, this blob is a really tempting target. If he can get that B5 out again, he can just kill everything here. And that automatic is suppressed with this massive seed presence. However, Blue has managed to at least attempt to push into Echo, and Red 4 has given up Hotel, so they can move in and just take an advantage there. We'll see how that develops. But yeah, looks like Red 4 has just completely decided to maybe even triple push this. I'm seeing units from 2 players on the ground, but the 3rd player is buying a lot of planes. And yeah, we have the B5s out now. That is gonna be problematic. Let's just see what they do, then we can quickly focus in Echo and see how that assault is panning there. Yeah, and the B5's dealing massive, massive damage. That's gonna be hard to come back from. Meanwhile, They have a nice presence in Echo, so if they can push them out here, I mean, they can completely counterbalance the loss of India. But you still definitely at least want to contest that. And other than this BU here and this Tunguska, there's really not much they have. I mean, these two units are kind of useless on their own. You really want infantry on your perimeter. And looks like they didn't really invest in that. Also giving up hotel, I don't really know how I feel about that. I mean, if your 2-point push can work, it makes sense to do this, but if it doesn't work, this can usually be the deciding zone, so we'll see how that works out mid and late game. Maybe it will end up hurting them. Well, let's just go back here. Looks like, well, other than these two AA units, there's absolutely nothing left. So that push was very detrimental to Blue 4's opening. And they have to bounce back now. They are at a +2, however, so that's kind of nice, putting pressure on their opponents to buy CVs or be more aggressive. But they definitely want to mop this up, because Echo is a pretty dangerous zone to lose, I think. Especially if you lose the town, it's a bit hard to take it, and it's just it opens up routes to attack both Bravo from this road and this forest, which is very crucial. I don't really see many people doing it, but it's very viable. And you can also attack Delta, which is another 2-point zone. So that's not good. And these BTR-90s just driving down the road with nothing to prevent them from doing that. But it looks like the main battle is in Echo now, so I'm going to pan over there. We'll see how Red 4 manages to deal with this, because they have actually killed the majority of the units. Now Red 4 has a much bigger presence there. And these B5s are just gonna be a huge detriment. And a defense marker going around, so that scout has the potential of finding some nice targets. We'll see if that Deagle also manages to get out alive. It does not. Yeah, Tunguska vetted up, and that's a huge loss for Blue 4, especially with only 10 minutes into the game. The Deagle is a very valuable asset. You don't want to throw it away. And yeah, Echo is under Red 4's control again. All they have to do is just take out this Mexus, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. But in the meantime, Blue has actually managed to get back into India. So kind of a nice back and forth. These Gornos are not going to hold that town on their own, especially with these transports soaking their missiles. And they're also panicked, so they're not going to hit jack shit. Quite a hectic battle so far. We'll see how it develops. But yeah, Lima is now very exposed since Blue decided to push very hard. So if Red 4 decides to counterattack, they can just go all the way into Mike. But of course they don't know that. So I guess both teams are really focused in India. It's usually the norm for this map. It's rather risky though, so that plane went down, but I don't think they mind. It was just a CF whatever. I don't even know what plane that was or what it does. Shows how much I played the game. But yeah, just a constant flow of units going into India, and Red 4 will take Bravo now, so that should be a nice +2 for them. Also rallying out a CV for Delta. Should be counterbalanced by Mike. I mean, provided Blue 4 can actually deny India. And that Tunguska does go down, bit of miss micro there with the tornado. These Drakens doing a bombing run. Not managing to take out the GRUs, but even if they did, they don't really have any follow-up units. The thing about bombing towns is you always want your own infantry to push in right afterwards, otherwise you're just risking your planes unnecessarily, I think. And planes are very valuable in this game, there's no denying that. But But yeah, I do feel like blue could actually take more of an advantage hotel, especially having these Jaegers here. Let's just see what they can see. Yeah, they don't see anything, but still, I mean, not seeing anything either means there's nothing there or stuff's just well hidden, but with the lack of cover in hotel, I think they could have just taken that advantage much sooner. Because it's a +1, and it puts pressure on your opponent, so, you know, why not take it? And there's just a lot of heavy tanks here, but not enough infantry in my opinion. These BTRs might actually take out the Fallschirmjägers. Oh, that's funny. Those quad PKTs are not to be underestimated. They actually do work, especially in infantry support role. They can completely mess up your opponent. And I love this little Avenger just probing this forest here. It looks like it will be spotted. Yeah. Ping goes down. So his life probably won't be long. Although he might manage to take out a K-52 or something. We'll just have to wait and see. B5s are out. Looks like Red 4 might go for a push in Lima. I don't know what they're going for. Oh no, he called them out to get that Avenger. Well, that's a waste, I think. Especially considering he actually took it down. Wow, that's a pro Avenger right there. I don't know if the second B5 went down. Yeah, both B5s went down, so that was completely unnecessary. That Avenger did some work, yeah. I think it's a softcore deck, and it looks like 2 USSR decks, so yeah, the loss of those B5s is definitely gonna hurt Red 4 now. Because those B5s are just incredibly useful. But yeah, we do have Blue 4 clearing out this town, which is quite important if you actually want to keep India. So is this town as well, because it allows so many flanking opportunities, and it denies the enemy reinforcement flow. And ultimately means you can take this forest back. So yeah, we have 2 players focusing here now, trying to retake this, and just a lot of Hilo usage coming out from Red 4. I really like this. MI-24s and K-52s everywhere. That OP-matic though, it's gonna make short work unless the K-52 can actually take it down. Yeah, nice one. Manages to take it out, but the EOT's Hawk should be good enough to at least just deter those. Have another lone tornado trying to scout. Looks like it might go down if it's not. Yeah, it does go down to the Tunguska. We have a counter bombing coming in here. It doesn't really do much damage, so the infantry will still firmly be in place. Although with the BTR-90 support, I don't think these Dragoners, or however you pronounce them, are gonna last long. And this longbow is in a nice position, unfortunately just picking off not really expensive units. Although BTR-90s are pretty bitchin', so I guess it's worth it. But yeah, Red 4 managing once again to make a foothold in this town. So although that was a nice effort from Blue, it really wasn't enough in holding this. You really want this town, I feel. It's such an important crossroad. Red 4 now currently at a +1, slowly catching up to Blue. But Red 4 really wants India. They're very determined here, and once again, Blue 4's forces are really dwindling down. And is this block gonna take out the PU? That's the question. Does not manage to do so. Take some damage, hopefully it evacs and lives. and not much action actually happening in the middle and on hotel. So we do, however, have a lot of tanks. Well, not a lot, I mean just two, but still. Depends who you're asking, it can be a lot. I think though that it's a bit too late maybe to make a push into Echo now, considering there's BUs and BTR 90s, and let's see if there's any ATGMs actually. Yeah, there's some Concourses there, and just overall force superiority from Red 4. But yeah, it looks like India is the prime action hotspot right now. So we'll see how the battle develops here. Red 4 currently at a +3, having capped India. So Blue 4 actually on the back foot this entire battle. They will cap Lima, but that's not gonna be enough. If they cap Hotel, Red 4 is still gonna be at a +1. They really need to get him out of here. Also, I feel like they should put a CV in Hotel maybe. I mean, it's just a free zone at this point. Red 4 has completely decided to give it up. You know, free points are always nice. Yeah, just not the right type of unit mix here, I feel like. I mean, they definitely need some tanks and fire support on this side here. Currently, those Leos are in this forest, and they're blocked by a town. Which goes back to what I was previously saying, you really want this town. This town here is super, super important. Taking out that Osa, though, it's gonna make Blue Force airstrikes a little bit easier to pull off. And this is why I hate recon in this game. I'm just gonna zoom in quickly. You have this good optic thing here and this very good optic thing here, and they just don't see each other. I mean, granted, this thing is a bit further back in the forest, but come on. Come on, Eugene. Alright, we have a CV right out for Hotel, so that should slow down the bleed, but it's still not gonna be enough, because Red 4 will be at a +1, and they have already taken the advantage. So if Blue 4 can hold Hotel and Echo, or Elena, no, Lima, whatever, and just take back India slowly, they should be fine. Because having Hotel means that they will go back to a +1. Which goes back to the thing I was saying, how this zone is actually the deciding zone. So you don't really want to give that up. And this blob here could actually hurt them if that IL-2 was... Oh yeah, wow, that was a nice strike. One squad manages to live, but with the amount of reinforcements just pumping out here for Red 4, and that MTV scoring the kill, yeah, never mind. It's a bit too late. That blob definitely hurt them. Do have a Nighthawk out. Zeridol really loves his US super units. Does evac it? Probably scouting out that SU-27, I'm not sure, maybe just changing his mind. Oh, that M's in trouble, but I think he'll manage to evac in time. You don't want to use that, I don't know what I'm saying. Lose that unit. It's 200 points and you only get one. If it dies in the first second, that, you know, it's a waste of a duck slot, primarily. You really want to use it well. But now we have total supremacy of India for Red 4. Buratino actually managing to route that CV, take it down to 1 HP, and these units are just not going to be able to take this back on their own. So Blue 4 needs to do something fast. And these Jaegers just bunching up infantry, Rasma. What are you doing, man? Step your game up, come on. Also attacking unsupported. No smoke cover, no tank support or whatever. I mean, this is just wasted points in my opinion. longbow managing to snipe some reinforcements there, but to be honest, the supply points for the longbow probably cost more than what it's killing right now. We do have that bombing strike out, but I feel like they could have synchronized it with the attack. One of those dragons goes down, and oh, the Nighthawk goes down as well. So all these heavy bombers going down on both sides. This should probably develop into an interesting game, considering both teams are losing their nukes. So we'll see how they manage to attack without them. We do, however, have some Mistas on the field, so they should be nice fire support. And did he go for... what's he shooting at? He was trying to snipe the longbow at Artie. I don't approve of that. I really don't. You know, because smart players are going to be moving their expensive helos anyways, and yeah, the Tunguska going down, but that Artie could just be much, I don't know, much more useful actually shooting stuff, I think. But we do have plane spam, however, and it's just too much to keep track of. I don't know how many of those went down. Probably a lot. Yeah, they did manage to clear out that town. But once again, I mean, Blue is just lacking support. All they need is some tanks or some CEVs, yeah. Plop them down in this little hedges here, or maybe this hedge line here, and then attack with stuff. And AA, they really lack AA because those MTVs, those KA-52s, those MR-24s have just been constantly harassing them here. It's been making Blue Force's day a lot. And really hard, yeah. Supply trucks going down. I don't know why he moved them here. He could have moved it down here and still would have been in the aura. It's a nice position for AA and Recon though, definitely. But I don't know what Blue Force's game plan is so far. I mean, they're just sending a small amount of units over and over again in a hopeless attempt to just capture India. What they need to do now is just gather up a bunch of shit, bomb this thing here or whatever, and then just move in all at once. You know, it's otherwise just a point waste. And I know I'm just criticizing players because I have the all-seeing eye and know what's going on, but still. Have a bombing strike now, followed up by FSKs and CEVs, so this might actually be a good attack. We'll just have to see. But that Bertino though, it's going to kill the CE, I'm assuming. Firing the whole volley as well. And we do have some smoke now coming from these mortars. So if they make a nice line and push in, they should be good. Because these Gornos are not going to be useful against infantry, and this massive line of sight block is going to be at their disadvantage. I have an attack marker going down here. Maybe they think their lines are too thin or something, I don't know. Let's see if this breakthrough manages to actually be a breakthrough. I mean, just a total disadvantage for Blue for this entire game. They really need to do something. It's the amount of helos as well that's just keeping Red for here in India. We do have US Marines and Panzergrants making a push. But those Mi-24Ds just massive fire support. 2 automatics though should be enough, unless the K-52s manage to get a sight on them, and a MiG-25 as well. Looks like those automatics can say goodbye. Only one goes down, but still. The MiG-25 goes down as well, so that player's only seat plane gone. And this attack is sorta working. I mean, they killed the majority of the infantry, but even if they do take this town, they're in a very bad spot since they're in the concave, and being exposed on 3 flanks is never good for your attack. one of the K-52s going down, but so does the automatic. So this is a really nice unit preservation coming from Makapek. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but whatever. Keeping those K-52s alive and just sniping automatics. I mean, a really, really good play coming out from him. And we do have Smirches coming down on this little defensive position, killing whatever was there. But I feel like blue can just ignore this bottom half here. Take this town. This town is so damn important. I know I've said it like 5 times already, but it would just allow them to stream reinforcements down into this forest here. And if you have this, then you can just cut off your opponent and bomb them into oblivion. So it should be easy to take back. Instead of attacking from this route, being exposed like this. Considering most of Red Force helos are usually blobbed in this area here, yeah. I don't know. Tough game for Blue 4, definitely. Very tough game. BU goes down. That's a nice pickup there. And it looks like, yeah, Blue 4 managing to sorta make a presence here. I mean, the only thing keeping them in India is this Fallschirmjäger squad, but of course Red 4 doesn't know that. We'll let him go down this time. Yeah, it does go down. The block might go down as well, because that's a lot of AA. That is a lot of AA. I mean, it's a smart investment though, considering how many planes Blue 4 was spamming at one point. So if they can deny them that, that's most of their points gone down the drain, which means that Red 4 can keep on playing the ground game. Yeah, see, these lone planes are just gonna keep going down. Just trying to snipe CVs, you shouldn't be using your planes like that. They're much more valuable supporting an attack instead of doing that, but you know, they might be feeling desperate or something. Oh, those books, oh never mind, it was shooting there. I thought they were gonna go down there already, but they're actually good. And not many reinforcements coming in from Red 4 now. Looks like their momentum in India has gone down. So we do have this huge reinforcement line pumping into India. Looks like India will be Blue Force in a matter of time. I bet they wish they had B5s now. They would have been so useful here. In the meantime, Red Force feeling cheeky. We have an attack going on in Lima. Nothing happening in Hotel, so I'll just try and focus here for now. If something happens, I'll pan the camera around, but yeah, it's just Modus Chalkis and a BU moving out. I don't know what that Bradley killed. I think it was a Tunguska or something. I don't want to zoom in all the way in, just miss out on the action. Hold on, we actually have a plane. Oh, it's just an MLU. Yeah, going on the side. Maybe hoping for a side shot on him. I think he went down. Yeah, it looks like he went down. But now the massive assault coming in from Blue 4. Determined to take India back. And it looks like it's going well so far. If only Red 4 had B5s. But oh well. This little incursion into Lima was completely pointless, since that Bradley's just gonna pick off all these lone infantry here without any support coming in from Red 4. But I don't know, it was worth a shot. If you can distract your opponents into another zone, usually works like that. Because it looks like, yeah, it's pretty much only Zeridol. And he's not playing US, sorry, he's playing NORAD. Yeah, on the top and in Lima, and we have 2 players on the bottom. So kind of a similar strategy from Red 4. I mean, that's how everyone plays this map usually. But if you anticipate your opponent doing that, you can really easily just take the rest of the map. I don't know, I mean, most of the time this 2-point push works, but if it fails, you're pretty much in trouble. And yeah, as I said, almost everyone does it, so players have kind of adapted to anticipate that. I don't know, I'm just tired of this map, to be honest. It's so overplayed. Like Bloody Ridge. I hate that map as well. Then again, I hate like 90% of the maps in this game. So, can't really say much there. Red 4 losing control of the bottom here. Still maintaining this town. That's just incredible. But yeah, I mean, for a while they just stopped reinforcing India. I think they felt really comfortable, which kind of gave Blue 4 the leverage they needed to make a nice little push into it. This Buratino, however, just stopping their advance pretty handily, but they're coming in full force from the bottom, so taking this is also kind of crucial. We do have Red 4, however, massing up a lot of units again. Just a lot of heavy tanks actually, but not enough infantry. I don't know. Yeah, actually they do have enough infantry, but it's really bunched up. So we'll see how well they micro them. I'm not a fan of double stacking heavy infantry like this. Maybe it's fine for reservists or line infantry, but your Spetsnaz, your VDVs, your Morskayas, your Yakindes especially, you definitely want those split, because you can just micro them a lot more efficiently and they don't die as easily to random bombing strikes or arty strikes. So yeah, looks like Blue 4's momentum kind of running out. That Buratino definitely stopped them. But if they can take this down here, maintain a position here, then it's going to be incredibly hard for Red 4 to just maintain a little position in a forest line. Especially with RBS 56s in this town. As soon as they pop up, they're going to be dead. Which goes back to the thing I was saying, you never want to attack a concave, because that means you're overextending yourself and just exposing your flanks to be shot up everywhere. You know, it's either an RBS to the front or an RBS to the side, or yeah, not a favorable position. Still static lines on the top and the middle. Blue 4 at least has somewhat of an advantage now. I don't know, they're at a +1, but they need 240 points to catch up. There's only 19 minutes on the clock. Which, I don't know if it's enough with a +1. We'll see if they actually make an attack somewhere else. And these Bisons have kind of probed around and saw that there's nothing here, so they could completely exploit that. I mean, as I said, attacking from this area here into this forest down in Bravo can be a huge detriment. If they manage to exploit that, others, because, yeah, Red 4 just leaving a gap in their defenses. We have a massive Modus Chalky push coming in. Falcon coming out, but yeah, there's just a lot of AA on the field right now. Just 4 bucks. And I'm pretty sure I saw 2 Nevas, and there's a Tunguska as well. I mean, yeah, if you're not gonna follow these attacks up with Seed, I don't think they're gonna be that useful. Let's just zoom in a bit and let's actually see what's happening here. These Marines leading the charge. There's a lot of Motoshelkies though, but they're moving across the open. These leopards can do some nice stunning damage, and these LVTPs managing to catch them in the open as well. And that Kyler. The Kyler is a perfect choice for this situation. Although the Motoshelkies have a very potent AT launcher. So I mean, they should be able to make short work of these units here. But they're just getting panicked and picked off one by one. Not a lot of fire support from Ret 4. I don't know where those heavy tanks went. I think they went down. All I see is the BU left. There's 2 UMs. Here's one. It's getting repaired. So I'm assuming the other one got shot down. I'm not sure. If you spotted that, then yeah. I can't really keep up with everything that's going on. It's quite hectic. This A2 going down to 3 HP, that UM catching it out rather well. Hitting it with the missile as well, so it's down to 1 HP, but I think he can evac safely. Shouldn't be a problem. Get it repaired up and back into the fight. But just a huge grind going on here. I mean, Blue 4 did a good job pushing Red 4 out, but I think they're gonna need more than this. Although now is the time, Red 4 probably should make a push either in Lima or in Hotel, because they know that Blue 4 is completely invested here. I mean, the amount of units they have is just huge, and Blue 4 only has one player defending both the top and the middle. So yeah, it could work out in their favor. We'll see if they react to it. A small skirmish here in the bottom, but I don't think these FSKs are going to make a difference, to be honest. But we do have these heavy tanks popping out right now. BU manages to take out the 2A5, but he should definitely pull back. Only 2 HP left. And there's 2 UMs now back on the field. I'm pretty sure this one was rallied out just now. Yeah. That longbow is coming back out now. There's a panic Tunguska, so if he feels cheeky, he can go and snipe this and bugger out. Would be a huge loss for them. Longbow not quite in position. He can just move it instead of attack moving. But he's moving in range of the Tunguska. Does he manage to go down? Looks like he pulls it back, but oh, definitely some miss micro there, going for the Norov instead of the but wait, what happened to the Tunguska? I missed that. Oh well. Probably went down to murders or Fallschirmjägers or something, which means the longbow now has free reign. I don't really see any. Okay, well, we have the K52, but what shot it? I'm just missing everything. I'm sorry, I'm a horrible caster. I don't know why you keep watching these videos. K52 almost going down, but yeah, really nice unit preservation from Mass Effect on those helos. Yeah, it looks like Blue 4's opting for a total counter attack onto the bottom. There's not really much going on at the top here. I don't know where Rasmus said this was a good game. Probably just lying to me, trying to get casted or something. Are you happy now? I hope you are. But yeah, I mean, if they can manage to take Bravo, that should be a game for them. Although I do think that actually this +1 might be good, considering they only need like 150 points now with 13 minutes to go. I don't know. I've already mentioned that I'm shit at maths, so do excuse me for that. But yeah, I mean, you should always try and get an edge on your opponent, even if you're still on the advantage. You know, when ahead, get further ahead. So yeah, just a massive blob of units here, and yeah, Red 4 is definitely on the back foot and the bottom now. I mean, their flow of reinforcements has dwindled. I don't know if they're lacking points or investing in planes, or maybe feel like they're discouraged or something, but they definitely need stuff now. Although using these Bertinos defensively is going to be really good. I don't know what that IL-102 bombed, but didn't really do much work. Could have been a lot useful here. But yeah, Blue 4 just pumping out units, prepping for an attack in Bravo. It looks like it will be successful from just the hindsight. I mean, the amount of units they have is it's exponential compared to Red 4's. Although Red 4 does have a lot of heavy tanks, you have to keep that in mind. And I only really saw M1A2 on Blue 4's side. But I definitely like this wide assault coming in from the bottom, coming in over the open if they're doing that. I'm just assuming. And coming in as well here. If they only attacked from here as well, that would be just completely overwhelming for Red 4. I mean, a 3-front assault is both quite hard to pull off and really hard to defend against as well. So it is a double-edged sword, but if it works out in your advantage, it can be massive. And still nothing happening here, so I'll just kind of zoom in, I guess, in this area. I want to see this attack because I think this might be decisive now. So the A2 pulling back, which means this UM kind of has free reign on these little medium tanks here. 2A4 is not really going to do much, let's be honest. And this game is loud, holy shit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, the loss of those bombers is just allowing these sort of blobbed up attacks to be a lot more efficient now. So Blue 4 knows that both the B5s are down. I mean, there's a IL-102 up on the front, but I don't think they really care much about that. And it's making these assaults really easy. And yeah, look at this line. This is just a textbook assault. This is how it should be done. Although I'm not really seeing much anti-air, so speaking of bombers, here comes the IL-102. Probably gonna be able to mop this up and get out alive, because all there is just a Super Cobra and a bunch of manpads scattered around. However, while this is going on here, Red 4 is trying to take back Hotel the old-fashioned way, just spam helos. Although with this Centurion Marksman here, I don't know, actually not a lot of AA. They could take Hotel, to be honest. Just a lot of helos. Yeah, I feel like if they'd done this sooner, then there would have been more pressure on Blue 4's assault here to be successful, and they would have wanted to push sooner as well, maybe even devote resources here. But I don't think taking this 1-point zone and losing this 2-point zone is gonna pay out for Red 4. Although at 8 minutes on the clock and quite a large point difference, this can actually be a smart attack. But we'll see. I just feel like there's not enough muscle here. I mean, we do have 3 players actually attacking. But, I don't know. I think at that point their resources would have probably been smarter to be invested here. Also, my English is kind of being stupid now. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, looks like this attack here has kind of been successful, but most of their steam has gone down. And all I see is a lot of manpads here, not that many tanks, and not a lot of infantry. But we do have a little battle here. Gorno should be good enough to defend that, provided it can actually get in the hedge and receive that beautiful 40% damage reduction. But these Leos on this STRV probably not gonna be. Oh, never mind. The T62 is out of Arkans. But yeah, this will definitely go down. So Hotel shifting to Red 4. if they can get a CV here, it would put so much pressure on blue 4. I do not know how those Jaegers survived, I really don't. I mean, that's just weird. But yeah, let's go back to the main assault. Dirty, bringing out those dreaded Fennecs in a hope of catching everything out here. Let's see. Books go down, CV goes down, Bertino will probably go down. Massive, massive losses for blue 4. Completely overwhelmed in Bravo. If they can get at CV and get that beautiful +4, I think they should be good. But they do have to watch out for this attack here in Hotel. Because if Red 4 decides to be completely aggressive, they can flank Lima from the side. And combine that with a push from Echo. So get like a nice little concave on blue 4. But yeah, I definitely feel like Red 4's lack of reinforcements on that particular time just proved to be very detrimental, because blue 4 kept reinforcing India, but Red 4, once they got a solidified position, I think they just felt like it was theirs and stopped reinforcing it. And now you just see this massive army pushing through. And my 24p, not really that lucky. If the Avenger wasn't there, he could have actually just gone in and killed the CV, because that Super Cobra is out of AA missiles. But yeah, this hotel capture is not going to help them at this point. Blue 4 is at a +3, only 30 points for them to catch up. I think this game might actually go to blue 4. Yeah, blue 4 definitely not feeling like they need to contest hotel at this point, and they really don't. I mean, even if Red 4 tries some sneaky stuff here, there's not enough time on the clock for them to actually commit to an attack. They can only do some cheesy things like snipe with helos or something, but, you know, blue 4 is well aware of that. It can just plop down AA everywhere and just commit full force to this attack, and at this point I think it's just way too late for Red 4 to actually do anything. Go ahead and zoom in a bit. IL-102 does go down, so I think that's the last heavy bomber for Red 4. And yeah, I think Red 4's given up at this point. The lack of reinforcements kinda suggests that. I mean, yeah, there's really not much they can do at this point. And they're making a last-ditch effort to attack. They're attacking with a CV as well. I gotta appreciate that. Hold on. That's really just... I mean, of course it's mismicroed, but still. Leading from the front, you know? But yeah, they should have done this sooner. They definitely should have attacked Hotel and Lima sooner, especially combine attack it, because there was only one player defending both these flanks while Red 4 was just putting massive pressure here. But yeah, this is just too little too late. I mean, even if they capture Lima now, they're gonna be... Okay, well, they did lose the CV here to a miss micro, but still, they would have been at a +1, so... Still, that's not desirable. You don't want to lose your 2-point sector completely, like they've done. But yeah, this attack actually working, but not enough time on the clock definitely for them to actually make something happen out of it. And we have CV sniping happening, so it's likely that this BTR will go down. I mean, it's unnecessary, but you know, if you can get some free points there, why not? +5 for blue 4. 2 minutes on the clock. We do have this nice little attack here, but look at this cutoff. Which is why this forest here is super important. I mean, that murder might go down, but still, it's doing its job. Probably gonna take out the K-52 actually. we have the Akula just absolutely missing 5 shots. Finally goes down. K-52 does manage to survive, but nope. Spoke too soon. Spoke way too soon. Yeah, I feel like Redford dropped the ball in this game. They definitely could have had that. Giving up Hotel was their first major mistake, I think. I mean, even if you're still gonna devote like to a full-on assault here, you at least want half a player in Hotel. This is just my opinion, because as you saw, they just gave Blue for a free 1-point zone, which can sometimes be deciding. Second mistake, I would say that definitely they should have probed sooner and tried to attack Lima, especially if you have your opponent on the back foot. Pushing both the middle and the bottom can work out well, sort of like what we did in the 3v3 tournament. Whenever we played Paddy Field, we always made a double attack on Lima and India, which forces your opponents to commit here and commit in India. So, you know, splitting their resources, splitting their micro, it can really just throw them off guard. And definitely the last mistake Redford did was just stopping to buy reinforcements. They got a solid position in India, felt like it was their game, and maybe invested in planes or something, or already, I don't know what they did, but more units could have been useful, especially after Blue Force counterattack. But yeah, not a bad game, not the best I've seen, so thank you Razman for lying to me, but I'll still upload this because I love you. Yeah, I mean, kills wise, that's just massive, 15,000 kills, holy shit, I don't think I've seen that many. Not that much of a difference, but still, that's just a lot of dead stuff once you think about that. Yeah, okay, hope you guys like this, and I'll see you next time, bye bye.